Back to School Update is sponsored by Pleasant Family Dentistry.
All right, parents, you may have a child who's transitioning from middle school to high school, and that's not always easy. Dr. Ken Perry, a physician with Trident Health, here to give you some tips for your high school students. Doctor, thank you so much for being here early in the morning. So tell me about this. I don't really remember the age. It was too long ago for me, but really there can be some problems. I do remember always being exhausted. That was one of the things.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's always the concern that school gets earlier as they get older, even though we would like them to probably sleep a little bit more. So that's certainly something that comes up. The other thing is that you have your middle school student transitioning to high school. They're now walking the halls with much older students.
A different environment altogether.
Absolutely. So this really becomes an issue where parents have to make sure they're keeping tabs and know what's going on, because you now have those 17, 18-year-olds who are around your children who are a little bit younger, and they're giving them street information that you might not actually know that your child knows.
Indeed. So what are the main concerns that you're seeing in your offices? You know, you head back to school and kind of see some of those transitioning kids. What are some of the issues they're bringing to you?
What's happening is you have kids who are not necessarily old enough to deal with some of the emotional decisions that they're making, but still just making little bit risky decisions. So they're starting to get into things like drugs and alcohol, and they're not actually understanding of the ramifications.
Right. And I'm sure there are warning signs. Of course, withdrawal from family life, things like that are some of the big ones that you need to look out for.
Absolutely. If you see that your child who normally loves doing a certain thing no longer likes doing that, this is something, you know, we never want to say it's just a stage. Mental health is certainly nothing to laugh at, and you definitely want to say, oh, it's not just a stage, and let's get you some help.
The hormones, of course, out of balance. They are transitioning into being adults. Some people say, oh, that's just my teenager in a phase right now. How do you kind of make the difference between that and something that's really different?
If you notice that they're starting to withdraw, they don't have the same friends, they have new groups of friends that you don't necessarily know, you don't like necessarily, you're concerned with their decisions, this is something definitely to take very seriously.
And it's going to start with a chat with your teenager. Doctor, thank you so much.
No
we
problem.
do appreciate that.
Thank you.
They'll be with us all morning long. Of course, back to school comes